I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown! Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Family Showdown. I am Hunter. There is no Rebecca. Rebecca is not feeling well. She is very much under the weather. She's in bed asleep in the midst of a very, very bad cold. We hope it's cold. We hope it's not the flu. Cold. It's a cold. So, it's just me tonight. Welcome to those joining. The chat's down here. So, Rebecca normally polices the chat over that way. So, the chat's here tonight. Hi. All right. So, as always, this is the resolution update week. So we update our resolution. For those of you who don't know, our resolution, we made a resolution October 1st, 2018, almost 1 year ago, to play all the games in our entire collection. And we're not doing so well. So, okay, good. No complaints about sound or anything, so I think we're doing good. So we played 9 games since last we met. One of them is All the Hype. We'll get to that somewhere on the list. And we also have one game that we played last resolution update live. So that'll be on the list as well. So here we go. We'll start it off with my number 9. I gave this one a 7. We played pretty much all good games. So lots of good games, some great games, but no bad games this time around. So our number 9 is one I didn't actually play. This is one Rebecca played. Rebecca played this with Nessa. If you know Nessa, this is one of her favorite games of all time. Lotus. So Lotus is a beautiful card game where you're building flowers. So it's a card drafting game and kind of a set collection. You're trying to build up different types of flowers. Those that complete the flowers get some points. And there's also some area control as well with little bugs that you're putting on the flowers as you go along. So, just a really fun game. This is a great family weight game. This is probably almost kids weight. Kids, I would say 6, 7, 8 and up maybe can play this game. Fun family game. Lotus. Tommy, you are giving me crap in the chat. Alright. So that's rated a 7. I give you my ratings. So I rated that 7. Another 7. This is the one we played live. So if you want to see a live play of this, look at the last resolution update. Meeple Circus. This one's a 7 as well. I like this game, but it has a timer. And if you know about in our last top 10, timers drive me completely banana sandwich. So Meeple Circus has a timer. It's a stacking game. You're basically stacking different types of circus figures into following certain rules on how they have to be stacked, and you get various points based on how well you do that. And the last round of the game is kind of I don't want to say charades, that's not the right word. You're acting, you're actually having to say things or move to make certain movements and do goofy stuff. So if you don't like that sort of thing, you actually can take those cards out and just play with regular non-acting cards at the end. So, Meeple Circus, it's a fun game if you like dexterity games, timer games. Another family weight type game. You just have to be able to stack. So, all right. Moving on to my number 7. That was number 8. Here's my number 7. It's another one I did not play. This is one Rebecca played at her game group at high school. She has a high school board game club that she helps run, and she played it there, I think. She may have played it with Nessa, I'm not sure. So I didn't play this one, but I like this game. Again, another family weight game. I rated this a 7 as well. This is a game where you're drafting like domino type figures, and you're taking those dominoes and you're putting them in a kind of a square shaped area, and there's rules that one side has to match the side that it touches, and you're trying to make groupings of the same type of terrain, and you get points based on that. So another fun little family game. Again, this is one that Nessa plays, so it's 6, 7, 8 and up on this game as well. So, King Domino, there's a more advanced game, Queen Domino, that has it's basically the same basic premise, but with some rules stacked on top of it. You can do a little more gamery. And I think there's a third one coming out. I don't know the name of it, but I think there's a third one coming out that's maybe... No, I don't know. Maybe there's not a third one. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm thinking of Azul. Maybe. I don't know. So that's King Domino, my number 7. Oh, and I forgot to tease. If you stick around to the end, we're going to play Box of Lies live, and you get to guess whether I'm telling the truth or if I'm lying. All right, so onward to my number 6. This is another 7. A little conga line of 7s. This is Imperial Settlers. So Rebecca likes this game much more than I do. That's why I rated it a 7. She probably rated higher than that. In fact, I think it makes her top 100, maybe. But as time goes by, for me, this just doesn't have a lot going on. And what I mean by that is what you're doing in the first round, you're pretty much doing in the last round. You just maybe have a few more resources, but there's no, like, I guess, escalation of what you're doing, if that makes sense. It seems like you're doing, it gets a little samey. But anyway, this is a card, I guess a tableau building, engine building game. So you're basically playing cards down into a tableau. You have production cards that give you resources, and you have action cards that let you do actions, basically usually to turn those resources into other things or victory points. And then you have some features, which are usually kind of ongoing powers and things like that. And you have the ability to destroy other people's buildings and destroy your own buildings to get benefits and things like that. So it has 4 different factions in the box. We never got any of the expansions. The 4 different factions have kind of a slightly different feel to them. There's one resource that can carry over to the next round. Usually you have to get rid of all your resources. And they usually have one kind of tricked up power. And then they have a faction deck that's unique to them that only they have, that they can make buildings from that. So this one, if it was my choice, it would probably exit the building. I know that's kind of a big thing, because this is a lot of people's one of their favorite games, because there's like, I don't know how many expansions, 10 expansions, I don't know, 6, 7, 10 expansions for this thing by now. But we never got around to getting an expansion. I don't think we ever will. So there you go. That is that. Box of Lies. Well, glad you enjoyed it, Billy. It kind of to tease the Box of Lies thing. So it's a Jimmy Kimmel game. They do various games on not Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. They do different games. That's one of the games they did, and I just became addicted to watching Box of Lies on YouTube. His different, they have recordings of the show. And I walked through Walmart and saw it, and I'm like, okay, I got to get this. So, but we'll play it later, and we'll see if you like it or not. Okay, so it's at the end of the 7s. Yes, we're moving into the 8s. Ones I rated 8. This is a brand new game to us. We played it for the first time our last game day, and it is Detective Club. Detective Club. So, one thing, it comes in a 10. I don't know who thinks that 10s are cool, but they don't stack well, they don't store well, and it's very easy for the top to pop off of these things and stuff go everywhere. But that aside, Detective Club, this is kind of was under the radar for me. I didn't know much about it, and I saw a review for it, and I was like, that sounds like my kind of game. So what this is, imagine you take Dixit and mix it with social deduction. For whatever reason, I must not have been in the right mindset, but I really sucked at this game. I'm usually pretty good at social deduction games, but this one not so much. Maybe it was just my mindset. But anyway, so what you do is you have a hand of cards like in Dixit. If you play Dixit, if it doesn't play Dixit, it's not going to make any sense. But you have a hand of cards, and it has weird, abstracted, weird pictures on them. And you're going to find, whoever's it is going to find 2 cards that have some similarity, and they choose one word to describe those 2 cards. And then they put one of the cards down. They don't say what the word is. They just put one of the cards down on the table. Then they take notepads. They write the one word on these notepads. And then one notepad they leave blank. And then they pass those notepads out to the other player. So everyone else will see all but one person will see the word, and one person won't see the word. And then what you do is, everyone going around the table, everyone has to put down a picture that goes along with that word that you put on that notepad. And then, of course, one person has no clue what the word is. It's kind of like Spyfall. If you played that, you're the spy. You have no clue what's going on. You kind of got to look at whatever else is put on the table and just kind of guess at what the word is and put a card down. And then the person that's it puts a second card down. Everyone follows suit, puts a card down as well. And then starting with the person that's it, they say, the word was, zebras. And then the person would say, this card is zebras because of this, and this card represents zebras because of this. And you go around the table, everyone describes their cards and how it fits the word. And of course, the spy has to completely make something up. And then everyone votes on who they think the spy is. And then you get points based on if you get it right or not. So it's a fun game. I like it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I just wasn't in the mindset. I mean, I was a trader about half the time, and it was very obvious I was the trader because I wasn't very good at making up stories about my cards. So there you go. Anyway, fun one. Detective Club. I got this one actually at Barnes & Noble's, I believe. Barnes & Noble? Barnes & Noble, yeah. All right. Moving on to my number 4. Number 4. So, a little story time on number 4. Number 4 is one of the games I bragged many a times that I destroy everyone in this game, and I'll never lose this game. This game is getting be like boring because I never lose, and then I lost. Rebecca destroyed me at Raja's of the Ganges. This is a fun worker placement game with dice. So you are using your workers to draft dice. You use those dice to buy different things and do different things in the game in order to make money and accumulate fame. And has a cool mechanism where you have a money track where you're collecting money, and you have a fame track down here where you're collecting fame. And when they cross, they trigger the end of the game, and whoever crosses the most wins. And I went like all money like I normally do, and I didn't have hardly any fame. But at the very end, I maxed the money out, and I couldn't go any further with my money. And Rebecca caught up with me and passed me before I could build up enough fame to do well enough. So I lost. Rebecca was very proud of herself. She let me know. She had a really good weekend. She won most of the games we played this last weekend. So good one, Raj. Like I said, if you like worker placement and like dice rolling, dice manipulation, this is a pretty cool one. Tile placement. It's got a lot of things going on. There you go. Raj. All right. So that's it for the 8s. We're on to the 9s. We played 3 games already to 9. One of them has potential to go up. The other 2 are kind of lock solid where they're at. So my number 3 is one of my all-time favorite Stefan Felds. It is Macau. So this is a Stefan Feld game. It's out of print. I'm guessing it's going to be back in print like any minute. I don't know if it's been announced, but it should go back into print. Because they tend to do 10-year anniversaries on these things, and it came out in 2009. So I haven't heard it's going to be reprinted, but it's a good one. It's Stefan Feld, goodness. It's basically, in this game, has a cool, this was actually worth showing. It has a cool mechanism where you're basically drafting cubes, and those cubes are your action points, but it has a cool little, I wouldn't call it a rondelle, but this little wheel thing. And basically, when you draft your action points, you draft a die face. So let's say I draft a green 5. I'd get 5 green cubes to use, but I won't use them until 5 turns from now. So you have to decide, do I get a low value die? You get to draft 2. Do I get a low value die that's not going to give me action points, but I get to use them sooner? Or do I draft a high value die that's going to give me more action points, but much later in the game? So there's 2 schools of thought. You draft low ones and get lots of actions quick, or you build up, you do lots of high number dice, the high number dice, and get tons of action points later on. So it's kind of a how do you want to play it? I usually do a mixture of low and high dice. Anyway, and then that's just how you do your actions. You use those actions to pay for cards, and those cards are have various powers. Of basically, one time a turn power, in-game scoring powers. You're using those cards that you drafted earlier. You draft those cards, and then there's a cost in cubes to do those to buy those cards. You also use the cubes to move a boat around and sell goods. You use the cubes to acquire goods. It's just a lot of different things. But the meat of the game is this interesting action point thing. So I like it. Macau. So Macau's a good one. Sadly out of print, but hopefully back in print, I hope, soon. It's because it's one of my favorites. Rebecca and I had kind of a short discussion after we played this of where this sits in our top felds. Because we haven't played this in a while. We made our top 10 felds without having played this again. And I think this is like 3 or 4 for me. So you got, for me, it's Oracle of Delphi, Trajan, and then this, Amerigo, and Castles of Burgundy are kind of all in the same area. So there you go, Macau. My number 2 game, which is also a 9, and this is the one that could potentially go up because we've only played it a couple of times recently, and we played a rule wrong. And I'll explain that in a minute. So my number 2 is the hotness, the craziness, all the rage, all the angst. There's all sorts of things floating around this game. Tapestry, which is the latest game from Stonemaier Games. This one's, everyone's disgusting. That's part of it, disgusting. It's disgusting how much people are talking about this. There's people talking for it, how amazing it is. There's people that are like panning it and hating it, and it just seems like they're just all, every time there's a big hype game, there's just like this halo of pain and anger, and it's just weird to me how divided, polarizing, I guess is the word, that high hype games are. But anyway, so this is a civilization game. It's really, if you took a Civ game and boiled it down to tech trees and very slight area control. So it's really focuses in on moving up in tech trees and getting different resources and abilities and things from that. There's not a lot of, it has a minor exploration, has minor conquering, but really it focuses in on technologies and moving up tech tracks and things like that. But anyway, the rule we played wrong, and I played it twice back to back. After we played, it seemed to me like there's something was not right, because it seemed like everything was flowing real good. We're doing lots of moving around on the map. We're doing lots of moving up the tech tree, the little paths. There's a lot of things going, but our technology just seemed to stall out. We would basically, the way it works is you get this technology card, and then you can, through those tech tracks, you can upgrade that technology to the second level, and you get a benefit for that. Initially, you get no real benefit for the technology other than having it. There's some point scoring and things for having technologies. But when you move up, you get a benefit. But to move up again to the highest tier of that technology, you have to meet a prerequisite. And for whatever reason, I don't know if I saw a review, I saw someone say it, I got it in my head, I don't know what it was, but I completely got that wrong. And I thought to move up to that highest tier, you usually have a prereq, and I thought you had to have that prereq and your neighbors had to have that prereq for you to move up. Don't ask me how I got that in my head. The actual rule is you or one of your neighbors has to have that prereq. So we cranked through the technologies, and we all seemed to stall out at that second level. Because and the reason I thought it was weird is because all you have to do is not meet the prereq of your neighbor, and that stalls out their technology. They can't advance. And I said, well, that seems weird. And then so I went back after we played and closely read the rules and looked at it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, so Tommy won the first game, or he won one of the games, second game. He won both the games? I don't know. So it's an asterisk because we played wrong. So anyway, Tapestry's a really amazing game. I think it has the potential to go up from my current 9 rating, but time will tell. I want to play it 2 players because that's the majority of how I'm going to play it. We just haven't got a chance to play it. We were busy. We didn't get it played 2 player. I want to play it 2 player, and I want to play it with the correct rules several more times before I decide what my final rating is. But anyway, so it's a really cool game. If you're looking for conquering people and attacky and the Civ stuff. That part of civilization, you're looking at the wrong spot. The combat is very abstracted. It's not even. It's more like a slight area control. It's not really even combat. But if you like engine building and manipulating resource management and that sort of thing, this is a really amazing game. And crazy overproduced for what it is, but that's cool. I don't mind overproduction. Tapestry. There you go. There you go. Tapestry. And my number one game, this is it usually hovers around my number 15, 14. I think this game's been like my 14 like 3 years in a row or something. And this is in Rebecca's top 5 games of all time, I want to say. Maybe 10, 5 or 10. So that's why it's my number one. If I was given half ratings, this would probably be a 9.5, not a 9. It's close to a 10. Orleans, I love this game. This game's amazing. It just got a real nice flow to it. It's got a nice growth. It's got a nice progression. You feel like you're getting stronger, which is missing from Rajas of the Ganges. That's where Imperial Settlers too. This game really, when you start off, you're like, oh, you feel like you can't hardly do anything. And then by the end of the game, you're like doing all these different actions and doing all these cool things. And I really enjoyed it. It's a bag building game, which is a misnomer. It's more of a bag, put stuff in a bag and pull. You're not actually building a bag, but they call them deck building, bag building. So you're basically putting your workers in a bag, and you're drawing those workers out, and you put the workers on your playboard. That's your own playboard, so you're not really competing with other people for spots. You're putting them on the playboard. Those playboards give you usually other workers or different actions. You're moving up on various tracks. You're traveling through the lands, collecting resources. We play with the trade expansion, which lets you do contracts, so you can take those resources and spend them to fulfill contracts in various. You have to travel to a certain city and drop off certain resources. Normally in the base game, resources are used for various things, but the main thing they're used for is just victory points. At the end of the game, you just collect a big pile of resources, and that's how you get a lot of victory points. It's a really awesome game. One of my favorite games. Anyway, there you go. Orleans. This is if you haven't played this, if you're a Euro gamer and you haven't played this game, you really should try it out. Played this game, I don't know, 3 years ago at Dice Tower Con, and I immediately walked over and purchased it. And that's how much I loved it, and still holding strong. We've played this lots and lots of times, and it's still just as good as ever. I would not recommend using the Intrigue expansion that comes with the Trade and Intrigue expansion. It's tacky. You destroy stuff and do bad things, and it kind of takes the feel of the game and completely changes it. But some people like having a tacky in their Euro game, so you might like the Intrigue expansion. So there you go. There is my 9 games that we played. I forgot to do the percentages, so here we go. We've played 288 games out of our 373, which is always kind of vibrating between like 376 and 372. We're at 373 right now, which is 77% of our collection. We have 85 games unplayed. Then we only have 6 days left in our resolution, so 98% of the year is gone, which I estimate we're probably going to have about 80 games. So next week is the great culling of games. We're going to, every game that we haven't played, Rebecca and I are going to vote. We're basically going to do like a reveal. We're going to pick cull or not cull, and we're going to reveal. And if we're both not cull, then we're going to keep it. If we're both cull, it's out. If we get opposite of each other, we have to discuss why or why not we should keep that game. So I'm guessing 15 to 20 games out of those 80 are probably going to get axed. And there's also a handful of games that we're going to get rid of that we played earlier that we just haven't got around to getting rid of. So there you go. That is the resolution update. The great culling this week. Well, see, reason I kind of timing this culling, the way it kind of what kind of brought this whole resolution thing around is that Board Game Geek Con is in November and they have a virtual flea market where you can go and sell games, and it's super convenient. You just go on and say, hey, I got this game, it's in this condition, I want to sell it for X dollars, and then people say, hey, I'll take it. And you say, cool, and then there's a big meetup at the convention, and you just switch money for games, and you can sell. There's people that sell 50, 100 games at a time at the virtual, they call it the virtual flea market. So all the games that are sitting in our coal pile are going to get sold. I don't expect to get, I mean, if I get 10% or 15% of what I paid for those games back, it'll be fine. It'll pay for the convention. It'll pay for part of my food for the convention, and I'll get to go to the convention and play a bunch of games. So it works out. So that is the resolution update. Let's see what we got. Yeah, BGG Spring tickets went up. I already got the hotel for BGG Spring reserved. I just don't know who all's going out of our crew, so we have to figure that out. And then once we figure that out, I'm going to buy tickets. And we will be at BGG Spring. I will be at BGG Con. I will be at BGG. I'll be at Dice Tower Cruise. I'll be at Dice Tower Con. So if you're a fan, come up and say hi to us. We love it when people say hi to us. We're probably going to do another Family Showdown meetup at Spring. We'll see. I will see what's going on, but that's kind of the plan, is to do another meetup. Usually it's our friends and a handful of other people that show up, but if we always seem like there's some people that walk by, they get this like moment of recognition, and then they walk away. I guess people are shy. I don't know. I was in the same boat when I met the Dice Tower people. I was frightened to go up and talk to them, but anyway, don't be shy. All right, so it's time to play Box of Lies. First, I'm going to tell you how you play, and then I'm going to tell you how we're going to modify that for the internet. So Box of Lies is a bluffing game. Basically, the way it works is, it's all kind of sitting over there. I got some examples. So basically, the way it works is, it's a 2-player game. There's a way to play 4 players. I didn't even read it. I don't know why you'd play 4 players, but it's a 2-player game. And the way it works is you're sitting across from each other. Let me grab this real quick. There's like a little window that you look through. And so you're sitting on one side of the window, and your other person's on the other side of the window. And you basically pull a box off of a little bookcase looking thing. And inside the box is a card. And basically you are going to open the card, and you're either going to tell the truth about what's on the card. You have to describe what's on the card. Or you have to lie about what's on the card. You have to say something that's completely different than what's on the card. You can't just change one aspect of the card. You have to go completely different. And basically it's randomized whether you tell truth or lie. So you basically shuffle these up, pick one, and that's what you have to do. And these cards are very weird. They're not things you would normally see. So for example, this is a octopus with a diving helmet on. So if I got this card, I would say, there's an octopus, and he's wearing a diving helmet. Looks like he's at the bottom of a somewhat shallow area maybe near a beach. And then the person across from you gets to ask 3 questions regarding the picture, and you have to answer them. So they might say, okay, what color is the diving helmet? And I say, well, it's a normal looking brass helmet. Some of the brass is like kind of a darker shade than the other parts. They say, okay, what color is the octopus? And then I go, oh, it's kind of an off purple maybe, with the little sucker things look kind of pinkish. And then you just ask 3 questions. Then after they ask the 3 questions, they have to guess, are you telling the truth or are you lying? If they get it right, they get a point. First person, you alternate doing this. First person to 3 points wins. So, we're going to play Box of Lies, but here's how it's going to work. You guys, I'm going to take a box off the shelf, and I'll have to, I'll shuffle the cards, decide whether I'm telling the truth or lying. I'll describe the card to you. The first 3 questions that are asked, I'll answer. They have to be about the card. No, it isn't truth or dare. I'll answer first 3 questions you ask, I'll answer, and then you guys will guess whether I'm telling the truth or lying. You can do teams. You can decide individually, however you guys want to do it. And those watching after the fact can play along as well because it's not time sensitive. So that's how you play Box of Lies. So I'm gonna set up the game real quick, and we'll start the game. And I'm going to be adjusting the camera. So if you get motion sickness, you might want to look away. Oop, too much. That should be good enough. All right. So, here we go. Here's my box. Here's the boxes that you pull off the shelf. So give me a number from 1 to 9, and I'm going to be busy seeing whether I'm telling the truth or if I'm lying. Oh, I flipped the camera around. Can't see myself. Number from 1 to 9. All right, we got 4. Number 4. All right, here we go. Box number 4. We're going to do 9. So you got 9 possible points you can get in this game. All right, see what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Open up the box. Here we go. All right, here's what I see. It's a galactic scene. Kind of like it's like a spiral galaxy in the background. Then there is a clam, the ones that open up, the clam, the kind of the shiny clams, shell things. And inside the clam is a blue planet with rings. I have 3 questions. I'll answer 3 questions. Let me move my chat where I can see it. 3 questions. I'll answer 3 questions about my picture. Am I telling the truth or am I lying? I don't see any questions. Questions? No questions? I don't know how long the delay is. Yes, you can ask now. That's your first question. How many rings on the planet? Let's see. It kind of looks like Saturn. It's kind of got a lot of dust in it. But there's 2 very distinct rings. One thin and one a bit thicker. And it's not a green planet. It's blue. Don't try to trick me. One more question, since you guys asked 2 of the same questions. Nerf, you do have no clue what's happening right now. So, am I telling the truth or am I lying? I'll give you a little bit to guess. Am I telling the truth or am I lying? Sorry for the looking down. My chat's down that way. So I have to look down that way. Give you a couple more seconds to vote. Those at home, you think I'm lying or am I telling the truth? Nerf, we're playing Box of Lies. It's a game based on a game that they played on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. You have to guess whether I'm lying or telling the truth about a card that's in my hand. All right, that's it. And I was telling the truth. Truth. Telling the truth. Loss. I need another number. Another number. Give me a number from 1 to 9, not including 4. Now I'll mix it. Number 7. Here we go. See what I'm doing. All right. Here we go. Box number 7. All right. Here we go. Okay. Here's what it is. It is a plastic gorilla. Looks like one of those old plastic banks. I may be dating myself. You know those old kind of crappy plastic banks that used to have the crappy stopper on the bottom of them? One of those, but it's a gorilla. He's wearing a sombrero and has maracas. You may ask your 3 questions about my card. Three questions about my plastic gorillas with maracas. I should do like some kind of hand signal so I know when the delay's caught up. Colors of his hat. His hat is kind of a tannish color. Has a band around it. The band is green, yellow, and red. Couple more questions, maybe 1 or 2 more, since you guys asked the same question, basically. Exactly the same question. The gorilla is a standard black gorilla, but he has a little bit of white on his, I guess you can't see what I'm doing, on his chest. A little bit of white down his chest. All right, I think we're good. Am I telling the truth? Or am I lying? I'll answer Tommy's question if you catch it before you start voting. It looks like a photo. It is realistic. It's not drawn. Most of these are real, like pictures of something. Most of them, not all of them. Truth or lie? Couple more seconds. All right. You got me. It is a racing snail. Racing snail. It's not a gorilla. Good job. You got me that time. Well played. Well played. I don't know where I put the card. Oh, over here. All right. A number from 1 to 9, not 4 or 7. Good job. You got me that time. Well, those in the chat got me. You at home may have missed it. Eight. Number 8. Here comes number 8. Oh, I got to see whether I'm doing truth or lie. Hold on. Gotta mix these up. Here we go. All right. Okay. Here's what I see. I see a snake. I think it's a coral snake. Because it's yellow, black, and red. Yellow touching black, friend of Jack. I don't know. So it's yellow touching black. It's a coral snake. The bottom of the coral snake, starting at the tip of its tail, going up, but it slowly merges into a wooden spoon. So it's a wooden spoon that becomes a snake, or a snake that becomes a wooden spoon. Ask me your questions. What are your questions about my card? I am a bit of a snake sometimes. Any questions about my card? Background of the card is a light blue, a baby blue, perhaps. I'm not very. I have Rebecca always says I have 8 colors in my Crayola box, so it's a light blue, a baby blue, maybe. A couple more seconds, and then we're going to vote. Any more questions about my card? No, there's no fangs. I said the tail. It starts at the tail and then it turns into a spoon. So about some portion along the snake, it turns into a spoon. All right, time to vote. Am I telling the truth or am I lying? You can peek around the window. Truth or lie? Give you a few more seconds to vote. All right, here we go. I was telling the truth. Truth! 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 Truth. Telling the truth. All right. How you guys doing so far? All right. All right, here we go. Give me a number from, or I guess, here, I'll do this. Pick one of those that I haven't picked yet. Number one! Number one has been picked. All right, I gotta figure out whether I'm telling the truth or lying. All right, here we go. Someone's already voted lie. I don't know if that's a delay or if they're just voting for the next one. Here we go. All right. All right, here's what I see. I see a bunny rabbit. A solid white, just generic bunny rabbit. Sitting on a, it's just like a background, he's sitting there. But his ears have kites. There's like little kites coming out of each ear. And they have, each kite has like a little tail coming off of it that goes down to where his ear would be. And they have like little bows. Remember like the old-timey kites? They used to tie little bows to them. So bows going down to where his ears are. It's truth. Why don't you get questions? Questions? Ask me questions. I'm jumping to the truth or lie. That's my favorite part. Any questions about my card? Apparently James thinks I'm lying without any questions. Questions? 2 kites. He has 2 ears. Come on, people. 2 kites. Questions? How many bows One has 5. The other one's showing 4 because it's kind of on the other side of the rabbit. You can't see as much of the tail. 5 on one, 4 on the other. No weather. It's just got a generic purple background. Purple background. All right, time to vote. Truth or lies? James is sticking with his lie. Confident. Last call on your vote. Fabrications, I like that. Fabrications. Last call, I'm about to reveal. Truth or lie? Okay, here we go. And the answer is... it's a balloon with a cheetah attached to it wearing a saddle. Balloon with a cheetah wearing a saddle. Balloon. Oh, there you go, folks. Here we go. Pick another one. Got 5 left. 5 left. We must have lost Tommy. Number 5. It's number 5. All right, here we go. Am I telling the truth or lies? I got to pick what I'm doing. Hold on. Got to shuffle these up. Oops. Shuffle these up. All right. I know what I'm doing. Here we go. Here we go. And this is my card. And here we go. All right. Here's what I see. All right. It is a tin can, you know, like you put vegetables in, but the wrapper's been taken off, so it's a nice, like almost steel, I guess tin, like a very bright, shiny tin can. Inside the tin can is a cat that looks very surprised. You know how they have the big surprise look on their face? Standing on that cat is a goat. Ask your questions. This game. I love this game. Charles says a lie already. He's like, I love how you prejudge me. Don't prejudge me. Ask some questions. I need to at least answer one question. Ask me one question. Maybe I can sway you. Color of the cat. The cat is... I'm horrible with cat-type names, but it's one of those generic gray and white ones. You know, it's mostly gray with like white, like has a white on the chin and kind of in different areas. It's mostly gray, some white. I think that's a generic breed of cat. Does the goat have horns? Yes, indeed, the goat has horns. It's got kind of a flare back kind of looking horn. All right. Truth or lies? Am I telling the truth? Or am I lying about my card? I'll answer that one question. Yes, there is, you can see the whiskers on the cat. One side of his face, you can see the whiskers pretty good, but the other side they kind of are not. They're kind of blended in, I guess. No, you would see the back of the card if I was showing it. If you saw a card, it'd be the back. It's front. They're double-sided. They're double-sided. That's why I wasn't worried about lifting the card up. The back of this is not what I'm describing. This is they're double-sided cards. Truth or lies? I guess that's it for the votes. It's time for the reveal, and the answer is... I love this game. All right. Pick a number. We have 4 left. 8. Number 8 it is. There's no number 8. Oh, it's 9. There we go. There's a 9. There's no 8. Trolls trolling me with the 8. There we go. I gotta see whether I'm lying or telling the truth. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. This is what I see. It is a Barbie doll. I guess I assume it's a Barbie doll. It looks like a Barbie doll. I have young girls, so I'm pretty up on what a Barbie doll looks like. Looks like she's wearing a flight attendant outfit. Flight attendant outfit. But in place of the Barbie doll's head, they put a like generic plastic alligator looking head in place of her head. I assume her Barbie doll, I guess. Her. I don't judge. Ask me some questions. James always prejudges me. Don't even get the questions asked. Show you the back. It's the back of the card. It's a strawberry with wings. Any questions? Questions. Any questions? The crocodile. It's one of those generic looking ones. It's basically a dark green. Has little white teeth. Little white teeth with little red, tiny red tips on the teeth. Shoes. She is wearing navy. That's one of the few colors I know that's not a normal like blue. She's wearing navy shoes. Dark blue shoes. Is Barbie wearing heels? No, she is not wearing heels. She's wearing flats. Don't ask me how I know what flats are, but she's wearing flats. Time to vote! Truth or lies? Pockets. She has one pocket. One pocket. One pocket on the side. One pocket. Truth or lies? Last call for votes. Truth or lies? And the answer is... I'm not sure what this is. It's a pizza with little toy car wheels and looks like golf balls on top of it. Barbie does have flats. My daughter has one that she's wearing sneakers. So they do make them, although they're uncommon. You people know too much about Barbies. All right. Well done. You got me on that one. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. You keep saying 8. All right, 3. Here you go. Troll. You're such a troll. All right. See whether I'm telling the truth or I'm lying. Here we go. All right. Oh. All right. Let's open her up. All right. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Here's what I see. Is a globe. Very small globe. Looks like maybe set on a desk or something. It's really somewhat tiny. But in place of the actual globe itself, it's got, you know how globes have like the little holder thing that comes up to hold the globe? In place of the globe is an orange. But not just any orange. It's partially peeled, and the peel is left in the shape of the continents. Ask your questions. Those of you playing along at home, how are you doing? How's your score? You have a possible, 6 points so far you could have earned. How many do you have? Chat's doing pretty good. Some of them got most. A few got about half. No one's gotten them all right, I don't think. All right. What continents can I see? I can see virtually all. Well, I can see most of North America. Most of Canada is missing. So I can see the United States and then Central America. I can see almost all of South America. Some of it's part of the bottom part, like Argentina's kind of cut off. Then I can see the edge of Africa, just the edge of Africa, and a tiny little piece of maybe Europe. That may be England, I guess. A little tiny piece of Europe up top. Any other questions before you vote? I'm sorry Rebecca couldn't be here. It's not the same without Rebecca. But she's very sick, so we'll forgive her. I hope she gets better. Okay, last call before we call for a vote of no confidence. Background color. It is a kind of a maybe a dark green. I'm not very maybe a forest green. It fades into like a brighter, like almost maybe a lime's probably not the right word. A light. It goes from like dark green on the outside, and then when it gets to the globe, it's a lighter green. Wonder if the person that made this orange may not be very accurate with their continents. I see something. It could be. It's a piece of something. It's maybe Greenland. It's way too big to be Iceland. So I assume it's the UK. I don't know. I'll do a close-up of it. You can tell me what you think that little piece is up there. Could be Greenland. I don't know. All right, vote. I'll give you a few seconds to vote, and then we're going to reveal, is it truth or is it lie? The confidence level is going down quickly. All right. Here we go. Here's the reveal. I said I'd do a close-up so you can try to guess what you think that little piece is in the corner. All right, I gotta get the card here. See up? I think you got a pretty good view. See up by the top of the United States, there's this little. I don't know if I can point to it. This little piece, right? I can't do it. But you look at it. There's like a little piece. You like follow the U.S. up, and then there's a little piece of something. I don't know what that is. Could it be? It's not Canada. Canada wouldn't be there. It's got to be like, I don't know. Is it a tangerine? I don't know my fruit. Is that a tangerine? I'm sorry. I didn't intentionally try to fool you. I don't know what that little piece is up in the corner there. Anyway. All right. Two left. Two left, folks. Two left. How you guys doing? Number 2. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Number 2. I got to see whether I'm lying or telling the truth. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Oh, my. Let's see what happens. All right. Boom. Okay. Let me set the scene for you. Because this is a scene. We're in a bedroom. You can see a bed and kind of a dresser. It's one of those dressers with a mirror. Well, I don't know what you call it. There's a name for that, right? Dresser with a little mirror on top of it. I don't know what that's called. It's got a name. You probably, the chat will tell me what that's called. So it's a dresser. It's a bed on one side. A dresser is what we call it in the U.S. You may have some other name where you're at. A dresser with a mirror on top. On top of the dresser, some books kind of scattered about. Looking in the mirror, is a head of broccoli, but it has a face. It has little eyes and a mouth. You're seeing like the stem part of the broccoli. It has eyes and a mouth. Vanity. There you go. It's a vanity. That's what it is. I don't know what those things are called. Ask your questions. It's kind of, if it was an emoji, the broccoli would just have like a line. It's like a line that's a barely open mouth. It's not really a smile. It's like if you did a line emoji. You see his mouth. You see his mouth open a little bit, but it's not a smile. It's not a frown. It's just. Go. Any more questions before you vote? Apparently James is prejudging me yet again. Hasn't done very well for you, has it, James? I think you've missed some of those. Should wait. Wait for me to give away something. Yeah, you can ask any question you want. As long as it pertains to the card. I'm not going to answer, like, what's your social security number? I'm not going to answer questions like that. But if it pertains to the card, you can ask any question you want. No. Well, let me look closely. Hold on. You can definitely see the broccoli. He takes up the vast majority of the mirror, but it looks like maybe part of the bed is showing. But he is the broccoli stem part is majority of the mirror. There's like there's something off to each side of him, and I assume it's supposed to be the bed. Are any of the books open? No, they're all closed. But you can see, one of them's facing towards you, so you can actually see the page. You can see like the side of the book, so you can see pages, but it's definitely not open. Has the person looking at the card been drinking? Well, truth or lie. All right, time to vote, folks. Am I telling the truth or am I lying about the vanity? Last call. Truth or lie? Truth or lie? Everyone's like, I'm lying. There's like no confidence. All right, here we go, folks. Get your last call. I'm about to reveal. I'm horrible at aiming at the camera. All right. There we go. Last one. You don't get to pick. It's number 6. Last one. Last chance to get points. Oh, I got to see if I'm truthing or lying here. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right. So this is another scene. This is a ball pit. Anyone's been... do they even do ball pits anymore? Because those are horribly unhygienic. It's a ball pit with lots and lots of little balls. But inside the ball pit are yard flamingos with their head. You see their head sticking out, facing various ways in the ball pit. Ask your questions. The balls are many, many colors. Give me one moment and I'll tell you what I see. There is yellow, green, red, blue, purple, orange, and red. Did I say red? Red. Golf balls. Any other questions about my flamingo field ball pit? Oh my gosh. Dumb trivia. James asked the question. Where's James' question? How many flamingos? Hold on. 8 flamingos in the ball pit. 8 flamingos. No, they all look exactly the same, and they're very generic yard flamingos. I don't know if you've seen yard flamingos before. They're very prevalent down south. Yard flamingos. Generic looking yard flamingos. Count the balls. Well, if I had a ruler, I could do some math on the length and the width of the ball pit and then a smaller portion and then multiply that out and extrapolate it. But I don't have time for that. Rough estimate, a couple hundred. I've never seen the movie Pink Flamingos. I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it. Oh, I said they're facing all different. The flamingos are all different directions. They're all facing different directions. All right, time to vote. The last chance. Truth or lie? Truth or lie? What we got? Right now we got 2 lies and 1 truth. 2 truths and 2 lies. Who's going to be the tiebreaker? All right, it's time for the reveal. So, my daughter has a blow-up, like, those castles that you have for parties. Not a big one, a small one, with a little slide. We have a bag of those balls that we throw into the castle for her to bounce on, and there are purple balls in that set. That's why I listed the colors in that set of balls as the colors in this non-existent ball pit. It's a ostrich that has a stoplight for a head. An ostrich with a stoplight for a head. There you go, folks. That is Box of Lies. I think that'd be a pretty fun party game. Now let me back up. I don't want to be all up in your business. Let me back this thing up a little bit here. I don't want to be all up in your business. All right, there we go. Oh, I want to see that. See our air our dirty laundry down that hallway, literally. All right, folks, that is Box of Lies. And the game comes with a giant, this isn't even all of them, a giant stack of double-sided cards. So, because at first, when we first opened it, they were kind of packed in sets of about this much. And I thought, oh my gosh, you're going to memorize the cards after a couple of plays. But there's all these cards. There's a whole another pile of cards over there. Anyway, so yeah, this is a fun game. You can play. There's a 4-player variant. I don't know how that even works. Oh, you just alternate. You basically, there's 2 people on each side, and you alternate being who's it, which I guess that would work. All right, that is Box of Lies. So next time, I hope you enjoyed that, and let us know in the comments if you watched after the fact, or if you watched in the chat. Let us know how you did. Am I a good liar? Am I a horrible liar? Am I okay, bad? Not? I don't know. Next week, next Tuesday night, well, my time, Tuesday night, we're going to have another quick resolution update on any games we played this from now until then. And then we're going to go straight into the massive culling. So the way the culling is going to work, we're going to have all the games. Stacks and stacks. I mean, we're going to be like stacks of games. The wall behind me is going to have empty spots all through it from where we pulled games off the shelf that we haven't played yet this year, in the last year. We're going to go through them one at a time. We're going to probably briefly describe them, tell you what they're about. And then Rebecca and I will have vote cards. We'll have Cole and not Cole. And if we match, that's what happens. If we don't match, we're going to discuss our position, and we'll come to a decision at that time, whether it's Cole or not Cole. Try to, anyway. So, thank you for all those that joined. It's fun. I hope you had fun playing Box of Lies. Rebecca really, really, really wanted to play Box of Lies. She's actually this is one of the few kind of bluffing type games that she's good at. She stomps me at this game. So I guess she reads me better than I read her. I don't know, but she destroys me at this game. So we may play this at some point and let Rebecca be the person who's it. I call it it. I guess they still say you're it. Like when you're playing tag, is it you're it? So she'll be it next time we play at some point in the future. Because she was really disappointed. She really, really wanted to play Box of Lies, but we already prepped to do it, so I went ahead with it. So we'll see you next week with the great calling. Come and join us. Give us your opinion. Or when we call, are we crazy? Should we not get rid of this game, or should we should have got rid of it a long time ago? I don't know. But But anyway, we're basically trimming down our collection because I don't think we have too many games, but we need space for new games, and we noticed our tastes in games have kind of changed over the years. So some of the games that we really enjoyed, we look at and we go, we don't even want to necessarily play that game anymore. So that's why we're going through this. This is why this whole year thing happened. I'll tell you this though, I am so looking forward to playing whatever I want. Because we really focused in on playing games in our collection in the last year, and there's so many new games, not necessarily new games, but other like we have game nights, and we mostly play our games to try to get the resolution done. But I want to try other people's games that they love. I want to try new games. One of my favorite things is playing new games. So this year's been kind of wacky, but it was nice to revisit all our old favorites and discover some of them we still love and some of them we don't love as much. So with that, I'm going to shut her down. So I'm going to be off to the side, like, because the shutdown is way over there. So apologize for the side of my head for shutting it down. But we'll see you next week. Hopefully Rebecca will be, well, she has to be with us if we're doing the Great Culling. Hopefully Rebecca's feeling better soon, and she can jump in and do it. If not, we may postpone the culling. I would rather not, but we might. So good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is where you are. Thanks for joining. We'll see you soon.